I don't think this is necessary at all, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is a leisurely room decorated to a fine taste. An antique cupboard, polished wooden toy animals, and a shiny glass vase add to its charm. However, the flower in the vase has long since wilted, and it's been long since the furniture was dusted last. There are traces of life here, but not recent ones. A broken window lies hidden behind the elegant interior. Wind blows in through the small crack. There doesn't seem to be anything useful here. Let's go. Hang on a sec, Kid responds, kicking open a chest. I come to her side, peering in with her. Inside, a pale blue robe is found. Shay, Kid quietly says. That name, Shay. Kid takes notice of my looking at her and quickly composes herself. You're right, there's nothing here. Come on. Before I have time to ask, Kid leads the way out. Like I said, I don't think that's necessary at all, but I did it before when I figured it out, so I did it again this time. From here, the passageway stretches to the right and left. Heading right will take us further into darkness, while turning left will take us back to the staircase. Let's go further into darkness. What's that strange look on your face for, mate? Oh, no. I don't have a good feeling about this place. Oh, come on, mate. You never have a good feeling about anything. I have a good feeling about you, Kid. It's just after what we went through with the treasure vault and all. Oh, no. Maybe I am just being a worrywart. Well, you sure you want to keep on going? Kid asks with an unusually serious face. Somehow I find myself nodding silently, ignoring the warnings in my head. I remember something someone told me a while ago about this place. Everything in that mansion answers to Lord Lynx, he said. The creatures, the walls, the statues, everything. If you understand the concept of power by fear and control, then you understand Lynx. Majel strokes his chin, calmly examining the gigantic doors before us. There's bound to be something important in here. These dark mahogany doors tower above us, emanating an unmistakable sense of intimidation. We're going in. All set? I ask, taking a deep breath, pushing the door open slowly. If you come here before now, or before getting the frozen flame, it'll just be locked and they won't let you in. As expected, these are Lynx's quarters, or should I say, were. Staring at the sight before our eyes, all I can do is gasp in silence, half surprised, half terrified. To put it simply, Lynx is quite certainly in this room. However, not as we expected. Lynx's corpse has been hastily stashed in the couch on the far end of the room. Only his mangled hand is visible, sticking out from beneath a cushion. Kid goes over and slowly lifts up one of the cushions. I don't know if it's the smell or the sight that makes her gag, but yes, it's definitely Lynx under there. I never expected any of this when I came here tonight. I mean, rumors of Lord Lynx's reign have been going around as strong as ever, although when I think about it, his reputation alone could probably carry on such a regime even. I wonder how long it's been since this happened. It can't be that genocidal, terror-driven maniac. He burnt the temple and abducted Shay. How can he be dead already? I want my revenge, Kid mutters, tears swelling up in her eyes. Shay. Where have I heard that name before? No one knows Lynx is dead except for us. We must be the first ones to find out about it. Or maybe not, Kid adds. Her attempt at humor only succeeds in causing my feeling of dread to grow even stronger. Strange. Majel kneels down and lifts off the cushions, examining the corpse as though he was a coroner. Hey, I always liked a nice firm seat, Kid says, pretending to sit down on it. And don't put the bad jokes already, Kid. This corpse has no life essence, Majel continues. Isn't that how corpses usually are? I ask. Generally, yes. When a person dies, one's consciousness or spirit is separated from the body. Normally, as the spirit leaves the body, the corpse will crumble over time. However, in this case, this corpse is aged, but it has not even started to crumble at all yet. It is merely without moisture. Lynx's spirit has not yet been released. So that means, yes, his spirit is still here, probably somewhere within this mansion. Majel seems unusually disturbed by all this. First the phantom, then that whole siren thing, now this. Even he's having trouble keeping his cool. We're in over our heads. Lynx was apparently slain by a blade, Majel says, pointing to a gash in his belly. Looking around, he finds the murder weapon. It's a bloody sword, stashed behind a chair. An Acacian sword. Interesting. Majel tries to remain focused, racking his brain for information. If a body and its spirit have been detached in this manner, the body will yearn for its spirit. It will transform into a sort of bottomless well, endlessly seeking spirits until it finds its own. What does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with us? Oh, Kid says solemnly. Something's happening. This room, no, this whole house. All around us, the walls are starting to creak. There's something in here waiting for us. I can feel it on the back of my neck. I whip around with my knife ready, but nothing's there. Suddenly, something grabs my arm. No, get it off me. I whip around again, but it's only Kid. Get a grip, mate. It's just me. Here. We've got the flame. Lynx is dead. Why do we even need to be here anymore? Come on, let's go. She shouts. She shouts. She's right. Screw this place. If we can get out of here at all, Majel adds, standing up. And then the walls begin to creak again. We look around. The lights flicker. Don't go out. Please, God, don't go out. They go out. Kid. We instantly whip around. The voice is coming from the mirror. Oh. Finally, you have come. That girl, the one from before, it's her. She's here, faintly floating within the mirror. We've got to get out of here. Do you know her? I think we might. Shay, is that you? Kid says, gazing at the faint apparition with desperate eyes. I take another look at the girl, barely visible in the reflection. It seems she's saying something, but it's too faint to make anything out. What? What are you saying? I ask, taking a step closer. Pain. Awful, awful pain. And so... I welcome your soul. A gigantic hand suddenly materializes out of the mirror, grabbing at me. Majel instantly pulls me back just as the huge hand is about to seize me. If not for Majel's lightning-quick instincts, who knows what would have happened? I'm at a loss for words. All I can muster out is, thanks, Majel, thank you. I can't tell you how many close calls I owe to him. All of a sudden, a deep, booming laugh echoes all around us. That bastard, it's Lynx, I know it's him, Kid says, looking around. As the laugh grows louder and louder, a light begins to shimmer from Kid's backpack. Opening it up, she takes out the frozen flame, staring at it as it shines brighter and brighter before our eyes. Suddenly, a flash of crimson light bursts out from it in all directions. As this happens, the ominous laughing continues to get louder and louder. Kid's being put under some sort of spell. Her body rises off the floor, motionless as the stone continues to shine brighter and brighter. Majel, what's going on? Majel closes his eyes and begins muttering something. Before long, he unleashes a surging aura arcing directly toward Kid. A somber red glow casts its light on everything in the room. The laughing is distorted and the stone's sparkle begins to lessen. Is she okay? I ask, but I get no response. It seems Majel's suppressing the spell. He's having trouble maintaining it, though. Surge, take her now. I can't hold it off for much longer. I grab Kid and rush her outside the dreadful blood-red room. Looking at her, she's as white as a ghost. In her trembling hand, she holds a steadfast grip on the frozen flame. Majel meets up with us a moment later, looking completely exhausted. Kid, hey, Kid. Huh? Where am I? In that comfortingly familiar voice, Kid slowly starts to recover. Where do you think you are? Majel asks. 7. Good to have you back, Kid. I'll never understand these two. What was that all about, Majel? I do not know. I have rarely seen magic of such a kind. The luminescent seal we saw earlier beneath the cathedral had a similar structure. There has to be some sort of connection. Let's head back through the corridor. Let's get out of here. Let's head back through the corridor, I believe. Heading back, we travel through the passageway, eager to shake this feeling of dread. After walking a ways, we come to a beautifully decorated set of doors on the left. That is where we found a chaise room, I guess. We're going to keep on walking. A couple of the room names change in this one. Continuing on through the passage, eventually we come to a branch. We see an upward staircase on the left as well as a stone archway directly ahead. We are going to take the stairs back up. We are going to go back to the cathedral, as they call it, even though it's really the ballroom. I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, paths extend in 3 directions. To the left lies a dark corridor, and the right path leads out to the terrace. This path also continues on ahead. Let's go to the cathedral. Like I said, it's normally called the ballroom, but not this time. We continue through the passageway. Uh-oh. We're never going to get out of here. People have probably been trapped here their whole lives or longer. How can you be trapped longer than your whole life? Whatever. Relax, mate. We got enough food here to last us a while. Funny. That really didn't relax me very much. Kid's acting strange. It's that girl. I know it has something to do with that girl. But what could it all mean? I want to ask Kid, but now's not the right time. Ah, why not? Hey, about that robe. It's the official congregational robe of the Temple of Four Oh, that's Majel? Okay. It is the official congregational robe of the Temple of Four Spirits. Majel instantly says, must have been on his mind as well. Isn't that where you were raised, Kid? Yeah, they took us in, all us orphans. It seems to be a hard subject for her. I can understand why. She always seems so moved by this. While Kid is lost in thought, Majel takes me aside and explains the rest to me alone. Kid, still a child at the time, was raised by the Holy Sisters in their temple. However, one day, one of the sisters was summoned to Lynx's mansion. Kid waited day after day, but the sister did not return. After some time had passed, Kid secretly sneaked out of the temple, determined to find out what had happened. She made it almost all of the way to Viper Manor, alone and unprepared. She was still just a child after all. But then, she heard an explosion back in the direction of her own town. She looked back and saw fires everywhere, engulfing the only home she ever knew. Someone had set fire to her entire village, including the temple. Forgetting the mansion for the time being, she ran back to town, but Kid was the only survivor. Back then, I was a regular visitor of the temple. One day I came to where the town had been and came across this sight. All the village had burnt to the ground and there appeared to be no survivors. But following my intuition, I searched and searched. And there, among all the cinders and bodies, crouched a tiny, trembling little girl. After I took Kid under my wing, it was an entire year before she spoke again. Ever since then, something. I did not catch that. I thought I was reading pretty fast. Come on, no sense in backing out now, Kid says all of a sudden. I apologize that I didn't get that last sentence there. I take a deep breath as we come to the towering set of doors. Kid gives a push and they creak open slowly. We walk up to the organ, pressing the white and black keys together. I retract my hands as soon as I press on the keys, wary of traps. After a moment or two, the wall begins to rumble and the secret door opens. The staircase winds down into darkness. Come on, no sense in waiting around all day, Kid says, heading down the cold, damp staircase. Majel and I follow her down into the forgotten lair.